Hi, I'm Charlie and this is
James.
And today we're doing the boyfriend tag video, but we're not really boyfriends, are we? No. James and I got married a couple of years ago, so this is the old husbands tag. We know an awful lot about each other because we've been together for a while and we spend like 23 hours a day together. So one of the questions, what color is my eyes?
Blue.
So some of
Black. Like your
like my
soul.
soul. So the first question is, where did we meet?
We met in Boston.
In Boston, Massachusetts. Whereabouts?
We met in a coffee shop.
It was lunchtime. I was with my friend David. He was with the little kid that you were babysitting. And I started making eyes at you, and I was very brave. I worked up the courage, and I asked him out for dinner. So moving on, where was our first date?
Our first date was in the north end of Boston, which is the Italian Quarter. And you took me to dinner.
I took you to an Italian restaurant.
It was a Chinese restaurant.
What is one thing I do that you wish I wouldn't do?
I wish you wouldn't dress up in women's clothing. Yeah.
Too late for that.
Weird.
Too late for that. I wish that you would shut the office door when I'm sitting at the computer editing. I'm beside the radiator in the wintertime and I'm nice and warm, and he leaves the office door open and this cold blast of Arctic air comes in, and I've asked 100 times, 200 times, shut the door when you leave, and he leaves it wide open.
You leave pots and pans everywhere. He doesn't even put lids on things. He starts cooking and then he just leaves it all out and I have to put it away.
You wish I wouldn't do that.
And he hits me.
What do I collect?
You collect
We'd have a cup of tea.
tourists. Whenever we go
And where do I leave them?
in our basement.
Basement.
Yeah.
What do I collect?
You collect old keys and telephones.
The TV is on. What am I watching?
You are watching a very boring documentary.
You walk into the room and the TV is on. What am I watching?
Porn.
What am I watching? Are we gonna get through this question?
Oh, I don't know. I can't think.
I walk into the room and he's watching the Kardashians or Joan Rivers,
I do not watch that
Fashion
very often.
Police, or Chelsea Handler. I would bake you a carrot cake with cream cheese frosting, and you'd be very happy, wouldn't you?
I read.
And what kind of cake would you bake me?
Chocolate.
What kind of frosting?
Chocolate.
What kind of ice cream? Chocolate. What's my favorite drink?
Chocolate.
What's my favorite drink?
Coffee, caffeine, anything with caffeine.
And your favorite drink is tea. What is my shoe size?
Men's or women's?
What is my shoe size for men's?
UK or America?
A lot of people, they still think I'm an American living in America, but I'm actually living in England, and that's a real English accent. So in England, if I was going to buy a pair of men's shoes, what size shoe would they be?
Size 8, 8.5.
And you've got tiny little feet, little miniature dwarf feet.
Japanese.
Bound Japanese feet, like 7?
7.5.
7.5. Oh, all of a sudden it's much bigger.
Tuna melt, maybe?
I don't know.
Just much.
You ever made me a tuna melt?
Yes, all the time.
Grilled halloumi on like pita bread?
Yeah.
Grilled halloumi.
Rubbery, salty cheese. Greek cheese.
What would I eat? What would I eat every day if I could? You would eat halloumi every day if you could.
Halloumi.
You would eat halloumi.
We like halloumi.
What would I eat every day if I could?
Sweets, candy, chocolate, cake, biscuits, cookies.
I've got a sweet tooth, so yes, I would.
You asked me to shut the office door.
That's not a weird obsession.
Millions of
That
times.
is just common courtesy.
No.
And after the 100th time being asked
It's
to do
obsessive.
it,
It's wrong.
it's
And it should
passive
stop.
aggressive to not do
Should
it.
stop. A week after we met, you took me around to your brothers and sisters. They lived together in a halfway house.
It wasn't a halfway. It was the house I grew up in. I've got 9 brothers and
They were
sisters.
doing crack.
They were not doing crack. They were making Christmas cookies.
You know,
Were you shocked?
Yeah, I was. Because
you
I really wanted
You
to
ate
fit,
several of those crack
Well, I wanted
cookies.
to fit in. The first time you meet someone, you want them to like you. And I just found it,
They were decorating Christmas
When in Rome.
cookies. Yes, when in Rome, eat the family crack.
You played the trombone.
That's not a sport, and I didn't play the trombone. You're just making stuff up.
He was on the sports team, the swim team.
You didn't do any sports. You got your mother to write
I was
letters.
a triathlon. Yeah.
Bruce Jenner here
I did
won
a
the
lot of-
decathlon. You would spend hours on watching the Kardashians.
No, I really don't. You're painting a bad picture of me now, Charles.
Charles. I know I'm in trouble when I've been called Charles. Oops. What would you spend hours on?
I listen to self-help tapes. I'm
So-
a nutter. I need inspiration. It was the first night we went out.
Yes, I went in to shake his hand. I was dropping him off, and I went to shake his hand, and you said,
I said, I'm not having any of that.
I'm not having any of that. And he went in for the kiss.
I'd waited a long time for someone to kiss me.
How old were you?
I was 12, wasn't I? Yeah, I was in a police underage
Sting operation.
Yeah, I was.
Right. Who said I love you first?
I did. He hit me earlier. Thank you. Okay, Karen, edit that out.
Okay. We've just had to do 3 takes on this one. Who wears the pants in the relationship?
We do.
He is a bit bossy.
I can be bossy.
He can be very bossy because he's a little bit smaller than me and he's got a little man's complex, so he tries to puff himself up by being a boss.
Just bossy.
Usually these videos, they end on a kiss, and you thought it would be a bit awkward. It'd be a bit awkward.
It's very awkward.
It's very
It's
awkward.
an intimate moment.
It is a very intimate moment, so... And you have seen us kiss before in another video. So that's it. That's the boyfriend tag. Thanks for watching.